We will be talking to Ari Berman next week about what the Supreme Court has done. And these two cases that came down basically as we were speaking with him yesterday, one dealing with Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act and the concept of racial disparity. The other dealing with a California law that required disclosure of dark money, or not dark money because it was disclosed. This 1-2 punch by the Supreme Court is both stunning and somewhat predictable with the 6-3 court. We are just at the beginning. It's impossible for me to say this dramatically enough. We are just at the beginning of the unwinding of so much that has been built, insufficient as it is, on the unwinding of elements that enhanced our democracy. I am certainly open to the critique of, to what extent we have a democracy when our politicians are far more responsive to to money than anything else. But if that is your concern, things got a lot worse yesterday. A lot worse. And they indicate that they're going to get a lot worse in the future. 6-3 Supreme Court is not only dramatically different than a 4-4 or a 4-5 or even a 5-4 conservative court. 6-3 means that the margin of error, that one where, Clarence Thomas took issue this because he has these idiosyncrasies, that's over. That's over. This is, and if you watch this program in 2016, we said at the time, the most lasting implications of a Donald Trump win were going to be the Supreme Court. And we have yet to even begin to understand that, I think. Voting rights, access to the courts, limits on corporate power, ability for government to regulate corporations, ability for government to perform some of the basic tasks that that the vast majority of us assume that government is supposed to do. The idea that we could, this Supreme Court, when Anthony Kennedy sat on it, through the last one was Citizens United, but there was a series of cases, basically made it almost impossible to limit how much money can flow into our politics. Anthony Kennedy pretended that it was about, well, we still have disclosure. Well, yesterday, a huge stake was driven into the heart of that concept of disclosure. And again, we're at the beginning of this. At one point, people have to understand the enormous power that rests with the Supreme Court. And you can deny, and I'd be the first one to say that it shouldn't be this way, but it is. And even if you are someone who believes that we need to get rid of the Supreme Court, we are that much further away from having the democracy to be able to even do that. There are 9 people, really 6 at this point, who wield more power than I think broadly we have any concept of. They do not have the constraints of politicians. They simply have no constraints except for ones that are in their minds about their notion within history, but the context in which they come from, the waters in which they swim, the narrowness of their constituencies, means they are basically unconstrained. Hugely important, hugely overlooked, particularly by the left in this country, sadly. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I was just finishing my lunch. I ordered the Crowder. It was really good. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and to hit the like button. Thank you. Can't do it without you.